Picture this. You're 25, or maybe 35. You wake up in the morning, roll over to check your phone, and crunch. A sharp, blinding spike of lightning stabs straight through your lower back. You freeze. You recalculate your entire existence. You spend the next 10 minutes doing that awkward slow-motion crawl out of bed, cursing the mattress, cursing your chair, cursing the 21st century. Now, I want you to zoom out, way out. Imagine a human being living 30,000 years ago. No mattress, no memory foam, no orthopedic office chair with lumbar support, no physical therapy clinic down the street. This person spent their entire day sprinting after fleeing prey, hauling heavy animal carcasses across jagged terrain, sleeping on cold, unyielding stone inside a damp cave, and crouching for hours to skin an animal by candlelight. By all modern logic, their spine should have disintegrated into chalk by the time they were 20. Yet when anthropologists unearth Paleolithic skeletons belonging to people who lived rigorous, brutal, high-impact lives, what do they find? Degenerative disc disease? Herniated discs? Chronic, debilitating lower back pain? Virtually none of it. Their spines were straight, dense, structurally integrated, and shockingly healthy. Which brings us to a question that should completely rewire how you think about your body. Why did Stone Age humans never get back pain? And more importantly, how did we trade an unbreakable back for a lifetime of chiropractic appointments? To understand why our ancestors had backs of steel, we have to look at what the human body actually is. We tend to think of ourselves as fragile bags of water and calcium that just happen to crawl out of the mud. But from an evolutionary standpoint, the human spine is one of the most brilliant, high-performance engineering marvels on planet Earth. For millions of years before our ancestors stood upright, our primate cousins were tree dwellers. Their spines were built like gentle, sweeping arches, see curves designed for hanging, swinging, and bending forward. Then came the Great Shift. Driven by changing environments and the need to cover vast distances across open plains, early hominids stood up. Think about what that requires. When you transition from 4 legs to 2, you defy gravity. Your entire upper body weight is stacked vertically over a pelvis that has to balance locomotion and childbirth. To prevent you from tipping forward like a poorly built toy, evolution didn't just straighten your spine. It did something much more clever. It curved it into an S. That S-curve is an organic shock absorber. The inward curve of your neck, the cervical spine, the outward curve of your mid-back, the thoracic spine, and the inward curve of your lower back, the lumbar spine, work together like a coiled spring. Every time a Stone Age hunter took a step across hard ground, that spring compressed and decompressed, protecting the skull and the brain from jarring impacts. But here is the catch. An S-curve is dynamic. It relies entirely on tension, movement, and muscle engagement to hold its shape. And that is where modern humans fundamentally broke the system. Let's do a little experiment right now, wherever you are listening to this. Are you sitting down? Check your posture. Be honest with yourself. Are your shoulders slumped forward? Is your chest collapsed? Is your lower back curved backward into a miserable, slouching C shape, pressing all your body weight directly onto the delicate discs of your lumbar spine? Congratulations, you are currently torturing 1,000,000 years of evolutionary design. For over 99% of human history, the concept of sitting in a chair for 8 hours a day did not exist. Think about what a Stone Age human's daily posture profile actually looked like. Did they sit in plush recliners? No. When they rested, how did they rest? Anthropologists who study modern hunter-gatherer tribes, like the Hadza of Tanzania or the San people of the Kalahari, notice something fascinating. When these people aren't walking or hunting, they spend hours resting in positions that would give a modern yoga instructor a panic attack. They squat, deeply, fully, with their heels flat on the ground. They kneel. They sit cross-legged on the earth. They rest on one hip. They move through dozens of different postures every single hour. Their bodies are in a constant state of dynamic movement. When you squat deeply, what happens to your lower back? Your pelvis tilts forward, naturally restoring the lumbar curve. Your glutes, hamstrings, and hip flexors share the load. Your spine is locked into a stable, self-supporting tower. Compare that to the modern chair. When you sit in an office chair or on a couch, your hip flexors shorten and tighten. Your glutes fall asleep. Literally, they suffer from what scientists call gluteal amnesia. They stop firing. Without active glutes to support your pelvis, your lower back muscles have to take over a job they were never meant to do full-time, holding your torso upright against gravity for hours on end. They spasm, they knot up, they scream in protest. We didn't evolve bad backs because we got older. We evolved bad backs because we invented the chair.